Well, welcome back. You might have been here last year, I don't know, but this is the Norwich, we are the Norwich Dandies. Welcome to Dandyfest 2012. Those of you that don't know, there are 6 of us, the Norwich Dandies. There's myself, Badger Will Post the Pig, the dog, Chrissy Sabaton, Eloise O'Hare, wherever you are. Yeah, Jill Ferguson, and Nichols Dandy Snow. So we're here and we want to thank. Can I just ask you to push a little bit back? Thank you. We want to thank Arts Council England for funding us through your lottery ticket purchases. Thank you very much. Good luck. And we want to thank Norfolk County Council because they gave us some money. Norwich City Council gave us some money and then took it back away because they said we were too political. And there we go. So we're hoping that you'll give us a few donations, buy some art, and help us out in other ways. What else do I need to tell you?
And thanks to Head in the Clouds.
Oh yeah, Head in the Clouds, we want to thank because they, I just have them on the list, I just didn't get to the end of it, sorry. Okay, should we do a little bit of poetry? Let's get started. What else have we got to go through? What we've got coming up, we've got a bit of art, a bit of politics, we've got love, passion, and hope. We've got some of the local candidates here who are going to talk about their art policy and about perhaps creativity for well-being, that kind of thing. We're very, very pleased to have the world champions, the Uco Vision ukulele champions. Thank you very much for coming along. And playing us out at the end, we've got a band called Sugar Mouse, who are really loud and very noisy, but we like. So isn't that great to have one extreme and then the other? And we've also got Professor Jack Darcy, who's here to do a little set a little bit later. And we've got Jake Wyatt, who's going to do some poetry, or yeah, some poetry, I think. So we're going to have quite a mixed bag of things, and I'm going to do my very best to keep it all kind of going along nice and smoothly. And Andrew Day and I have made a film called The Black Triangle List, and it's a list of all the Department of Work and Pension related deaths that there have been for people who have been sanctioned, what have you. And we made a film, it's showing on my laptop here so you can watch it, and it's just really a list of people who are named and the reasons that they died and the difficult circumstances they went through. And I know that's not necessarily a lot of fun, but we're the kind of group that does a lot of politics, and we shout for disabled people, we shout for queer people, we shout for human people, really. So that's pretty much it. My name is Vincent, and I like it, and I am a poem. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I know why miracles come wrapped up in blankets, why black cats lead babies deep into roses, why mothers get stitched up inside each of us, why the small, frayed knot in my guts is so dangerous. I know why coins get stolen from purses, why shoplifted chocolate tastes better than bought, why water pours out of a Wellington boot, how many fingers you need to salute. I have been dirty underpants, burnt custard, lipstick on piano keys, a held breath, a rolling pin, a bamboo cane, a red hot poker, a clean handkerchief, a blossoming lotus. I've been a closet, a wardrobe, an antique armoire, a ticked box, a pink pound, a funding opportunity. I've been a personal ad, a knock at the door, a bottle of poppers, a piss in the sink. I've been a beano under the sofa, a spit and polished toe cap, a mug of Earl Grey, a spare toothbrush, a single bed, a double, a super king size. I've been a mouse, trapped, a milk bottle tapped on a formica top, a husk, a shell, a sponge, a bird set free. I'm coming out, I want the world to know. I've been a letter, a phone call, a conversation, I've been a painting. I've been fish and chips on the beach with champagne. An unexpected bouquet, a bright red scooter, a storm that swept in from the sea, a black dog under a duvet, a caged canary, a tweet. I've been a chemical session, a slingback, a big fat line of Charlie, a red neckerchief, an avalanche, an intake of breath. I've been a whisk in the kitchen, a rainbow sky, a chocolate cake, the proverbial bus, a return ticket, a silent poem. I've been the love that dare not speak its name. And I've been the love that dare not shut up. My name is Vincent, and I like it, and I am a poem. Thank you. And for a while it was used for people who were considered lesbian, whether or not they were, that was considered asocial, as you could imagine. And then it was taken over here by the disability rights activists. So the black triangle has been used as a symbol for the people who have suffered as a result of disability policies and what have you. And so I've asked Mark very simply to come along. Bless the pink. This was pink. I used it as a pink triangle once, but it's now a black triangle. And we're going to ask Mark Harrison to bless the pink, bless the black triangle. I'm an artist, but I'm colorblind. Hey!
I'm really honoured to be here. I think Dandyfest is joyous, it's refreshing, it's in a sea of grey of political swamps. Dandyfest is a beacon of light for human rights, and I'm very proud to be here. The film that Andrew and Vince have made is very, very powerful, and you'll see images all around that combine human rights across all human beings, and I think that that's the thing that matters most to disabled people, that we're seen as human beings, first and foremost, and we have human rights. That's why I'm here, that's why I love Dandyfest, and enjoy.
Well, it's alright, riding around in the breeze. Well, it's alright, living in the life you please. Well, it's alright, doing the best you can. Well, it's alright, as long as you lend a hand.
You can sit around and wait for the phone to ring.
At the end of the line,
Sit around and wonder what tomorrow brings.
at the end of the line, at the end of the line. Well, it's alright, even if they say you're wrong. But it's alright, sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's alright, as long as you know somewhere to lay. But it's alright, every day's just one day.
Maybe somewhere down the road,
At the end of the line,
making me wonder where I am these days.
at the end of the line,
Down the road where somebody plays
at the end of the line.
Purple Haze.
Well, it's alright, even when push comes to shove. But it's alright, if you got someone to love. But it's alright, everything will work out fine. Well, it's alright, we're going to the end of the line.
Don't have to be ashamed of the car I drive.
At the end of the line,
Just happy to be here, happy to be alive.
at the end of the line,
It don't matter if you're by my side.
at the end of the line.
I'm satisfied.
Well, it's alright, even if you're old and gray. But it's alright, still got something to say. But it's alright, remember to live and let live. But it's alright, the best you can do is forgive. But it's alright, riding
I cannot begin to imagine how incredibly hard it must be to climb up the side of a 500-foot high number 3. Successful? Fantastic. Rage! Contemptible destroyer of so much. When you were a child, where was your wind? Alas, like a stolen glacier, you melt, and in melting, cast your rod. When will your spirit dissipate its pleasures? When will the fear of Proteus give you understanding? Bring to me the culmination of your wit, and then we'll see, oh yes, mark that. All broken now and whipped like evil sponge, I stood aloft as you dangled your mind. It is never a sin, but you took me away and handcuffed me like an Elizabethan farmyard. Gail, yes, Christ, she was there. She was having a right go at that biffer by the bar. And all across the valley, never once did I see you shed a tear that was like a river of dust. Yes, yet Hannah was crying. Forsooth she wept, and never once more were we there, sprinkling slyly, holding back from the truth, a different life, now those thoughts have gone. Okay, hands up, who understood that?
Yes.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Passionate.
There's understanding within the meaning, within the layers, within the words, within the depths, within the sign language.
Good evening, class. My name is Professor Jack Darcy. I imagine you knew that. You've probably seen the text.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. In a couple of hours. I'm a musical comedian, which means that I'm not very musical and I'm not very funny. But the one thing I do have on my side is that I am the living embodiment of a series of fatal character flaws recently described by Cannonball Run star Roger Moore as English. That's why I've started the English Party. Together, we'll make Britain English again. Our first battle is to destroy the enemy of the gates. The UK Independence Party. I have a dream, I see it now. A land of peace and plenty with a sign that says no entry on the door. They'll take our jobs, they'll take our legislative liberty, but then this bureaucracy that's been a coup d'etat by Germany. We won 2 world wars, 1 World Cup, but now they've done snatched us up. But you can join us on the barricade. Come don your slippers, kippers, march, comrade in the big stale revolution. Get popular right forward and make it count. We're all bigger than army, granddad's army. We don't want to change the world, we just don't want the world to change. Mount your bayonets, here comes the modern age. Don't believe their lies, it's big rain, not climate change. The world has lost its morals, all its decency. They're building massive fracking windmills in the sea. At least we're not the BNP. Fail revolution. See the holy grail, secession from the Union, as if the whole world turns and pivots for a bunch of revolting bigots. Oh, we don't wanna change. No, we don't wanna change. No, we just don't want the world to Pankhurst is watching. She's trying to get more people to vote, especially women. Especially young women. Only 55% of women and 40% of young women intend to vote on May the 7th. But, in the spirit of full disclosure, I'm not doing this because I want a fairer world. I don't want equality. I don't want to deconstruct the patriarchy. I'm English. I am the patriarch. So, why am I doing this? Well, in the early 1850s, following a failed duel in which both parties were far too inebriated to even stand, my dear departed ancestor, Lord Darcy of Bicester, placed a drunken wager with a distant relative of pantomime villain Nigel Farage. The terms were simple: that a Farage would become a member of Parliament before a Darcy, and that the victorious lineage would win a piece of land that has long since fallen into the sea due to the destructive effects of gay rain, sometimes referred to by communists as climate change. I'm not doing this because I want to live in a fairer world. I don't want this to be the generation that realizes that men are just as incompetent as women. I'm doing this to win a drunken wager placed by a dead relative. Let's make Britain English again. This is called Pankhurst is watching. I say ab, you say stain. Ab. Oh, come on.
Stay.
That's gone past 7.
I say ab, you say ab. Tell the tale about abstain, brand. We got an old-fashioned revolutionary on our hands. Been talking to God, and God been giving him notes. The Lord wants you to subscribe, but he don't want you to vote. Don't fall with narcissists down the rabbit hole. Stain, viva la revolution, complain at a lack of representation by drawing a cross through your name as the chorus line sings. Pankhurst is watching. Pankhurst is watching. To paraphrase Winston Churchill, democracy is the worst of all governmental systems, apart from all the others. Pankhurst is watching, musty rockets. Oh, Pankhurst is watching, no, she ain't done yet. Oh, Pankhurst is marching, I know some of you forget. She's dressed in white, purple, green, she's got a suffragette. On go, don't fall with narcissists down that rabbit hole. Stain, been 80,000 years in the making. We've been fighting, we've been dying for our freedom. Now that freedom comes to pass, and you can't be ours. Stab, stain, I may not agree with your choices, but I defend to the death your right to make awful choices. As the chorus of angels' voices begin to sing, Pankhurst is watching. You say the ground needs salting. I say the revolutionaries are revolting. Hashtag Pankhurst is. Ladies, I'm not going to try and convince you to vote with clever arguments. I'm going to try and make you feel guilty by cynically suggesting that Emmeline Pankhurst will be disappointed in you if you don't vote. You can call me cynical and manipulative if you like, but that won't dry your mother's tears. We don't care about Emmeline Pankhurst now. I don't know what to say to that. A healthy dose of cynicism, I think, is what you just provided there. And that's what this song is called. otherwise known as electioneering. I promise not to renege on my promises, my policy of promising promises, promises, promise, a promise. Rolling on the rhythm of the rolling on the rhythm of the road. Marginal constituency after marginal constituency we go. Electioneering, all the people waving, cheering, if only you knew what I've got in store for you. White lies, old school ties and compromise. Don't hate the player, hate the game. We believe in change. Is Orwellian newspeak, for they don't trust us. Why don't they trust us? It must be because these people are idiots. These idiots would believe anything we tell them. Tell them we believe in change. Now, Machiavelli had a plan for a prince. My campaign secretary would have made him wince. We're gonna privatize the highways, the military and schools. That all done, I'm gonna nationalize you detail healthcare, welfare. God forsake all those who tread there. People just want political porn, photo ops with babies and social reform. Safety for our children, respect for our elders. The world is not on fire, but we're fighting the embers. White lies, school ties, compromise, and the left, the right, and the middle.